Welcome to training on being a family liaison. I want to just outline briefly what a family liaison is and your roles and responsibilities with that. You are most of you are assigned to be a coach or a teacher of a class, and as such you will be teaching a class, but you also will be assigned to a specific family that you'll be helping to guide them through the whole entire program from beginning to end, and checking with them to personalize the program. And because you will be teaching a class, but that's just to a specific age group, like to teens or to parents or to children. But we also want you to be connected to a family, and a family has a person that is what we call liaison between the home and the program, and that's who you will be. You'll be assigned to a family that you perhaps have similar interests, or that you connect at orientation night, and that you really find to be a wonderful personality that you enjoy. And so maybe you have a specific interest in working with a family that is a single parent family, or a remarriage, or a married family. Let your education and site coordinator know this, because then they could kind of match you up with the family dynamic that you're looking for. That family liaison in your role will be helping the family to, like I said, personalize the program. They will come to the site each night and start with a dinner. And so you'll sit with that family every time they come. That means you're not going to be intrusive. You want it to be their family dinner, and so you'll sit as kind of on the side, and to help just enjoy watching them have conversation, to check in with each other and how everyone's doing. If they have a difficult time having conversations, you can suggest some of the conversation prompts or the questions that we have at the table, so they could ask interesting questions to each other. But hopefully they're having naturally occurring conversations. You're going to help maybe the younger children get some dinner if the parents have their hands full, and just generally be a help and a guide during the dinner time. We want that to be natural. We want it to feel that you're there to be a support to them, and that but again, it's their family dinner, and that they're having the experience as a family. So sit with them and enjoy them, and then when the dinner time is over, as that liaison, you're going to transition into the family class. That's what happens next from 6:30 to 7. And you'll stay with them. You'll go to the family class and you'll sit with them, and you will enjoy the family class that's taught by the family class coach. And in that session, you'll be able to sit and enjoy being taught alongside the family, and also participate and help them during when they have you do an activity with the family themselves, because we teach as a whole group, that we have them do things together just as families. And then when that happens, then you'll help guide them to those specific points in the lesson. You'll be prepared ahead of time. We give you 30 minutes of prep time each week to know the family lessons, so that you know when it says that there's a part in there for liaisons, then you'll be like, okay, I will make sure that I know what I'm doing when it's my turn to conduct a family liaison activity within the family lesson. So for example, the coach might be teaching something about, hey, about belonging to a family, that every member belongs to the family. And then she's going to teach some principles about that. And then she'll say, hey, I want the families to then talk with each other in your families, along with your family liaison, about how each member brings some specific strengths to the family. And so that will be in the lesson, and you'll know this ahead of time. You'll turn to your family and then facilitate that conversation, having the mom or the dad or both talk to the kids and tell them how they belong and how they contribute to the family, and have that discussion as a family. And that's what you'll facilitate during family class. So that's what you'll do during the evening as a liaison. Then what you'll do each week is you'll call the family to give them a reminder to come to class each week. So we want you to call early in the week, so that if they don't answer, then you can call again and try again the next day or in the next couple of days. And then if they're not answering at all, that your third or fourth attempt, then send them a text. But we hope that this can be a personal phone call. We actually have a script that we want you to follow. Don't make it sound like a script. I mean, make it sound natural. But there's certain questions you're going to ask them and things to touch base with them. So follow the script. That's the phone call script, and ask them how things are going, how the week's been. Just another way to connect with the family on a personal basis. And then don't take too much of their time, but just a quick phone call on were you able to get the homework done? And if not, then challenge them to get it done before the next class starts. And did they get some one-on-one time with their children, or did they have a family meeting, or whatever it was that you want to follow up with them. Also remind them to bring their workbook with them to class this coming week, because it's important they bring that, and then maybe talk about some goals that they've been working on. So those are some general things you'll be talking with them in that phone call. Make it something that they appreciate, and it's not something that stresses them out. Make it as brief as possible, and if they want to talk, let them talk, but if you can tell they're in a rush, then make it quick. Just remind them we're looking forward to seeing you next Thursday night, or whatever it will be. So that's the weekly phone call that you'll make that connection with your family. So if you aren't able, again, to talk to them personally, starting earlier in the week, then by the night before, then send them a text just as a reminder to come. We also want to, in that phone call, to remind them to come at 6 o'clock. Remind them again, dinner starts at 6, and to not come later. They'll miss dinner. The other thing you'll be doing as a family liaison is you'll be doing some home visits. Once you have that family assigned to you and you really become part of that family, and it's a really great connection that you start having with them, then about week 3 or so, then we'll start having some home visits. You'll do 2 visits with that family before week 8. And so you'll work with the social worker that's on site. Normally that's a BSW, or a Bachelor of Social Work person, and that's their assignment. They're over home visits at that site. You will talk to that BSW and the clinical coordinator at your site, and they will touch base with the family. They're the ones that will initiate the home visit. They'll say, hey, we'd like to come visit and talk to you about how things are going in your home, give you an extra support you might need. We really want to personalize and make and to learn from you as parents. Our students are there to learn from you. So they'll schedule a time, and usually they'll coordinate that on the same night. So they'll talk to a parent, and they'll get some nights the parents are free. Then they'll talk to you and see what nights you have free, and then coordinate that so everyone's coming, on a certain night at a certain time. They're usually about 30 minutes. We say between 20 and 40 minutes the visits to themselves. So you'll know when your next home visit will be. They'll talk to you at the night when it's scheduled, and then you'll show up at the home visit, and you will already have another training on home visits themselves, so I'm not going to go over that right now. But that's so basically what a family liaison does, and what you will do in your internship. Thank you for watching.